And so, whenever I'm working on a piece, it's very easy to find the materials you need. They usually just say, take this material from bag 3 and take this material from bag 4, and the steps are very easy to follow along. So, if you would like to try your hand at arts and crafts but don't have much experience, I would recommend their sets. Let me show you the ones I've already finished. Okay, these are the pieces I've already finished in the past. Some of them were pretty quick to finish, like the flower shop sign, and then some of them were quite complicated, like this paper roll holder. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pieces so far. Some of them are so cute, like this little toaster plant holder. Even though this one took so long, it's also one of my favorites. Okay, so let's get started. It is a Sunday morning, and I felt like doing something relaxing. So I'm gonna do some arts and crafts with you as I sip on some chamomile mango tea. I really like sweet tea flavors, and even then I make sure to add enough honey to sweeten it a bit more. Okay, so we're starting with the golden cup, and as you can see, they're telling us all of the materials are going to be found in bag number 4. So that is this one over here. Let's take out what we need. Okay. So we have to start following the directions. This one looks pretty easy, only 3 steps. First, let's take out our glue. This set came with some paint and some glue, and I think it even came with little tools. Okay, so first we're going to place the golden rice bead on top of the golden plate. Oops. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay, now we're going to add the bigger bead to the top of the champagne wire. Oh my goodness. See, even the smallest piece of glue feels like so much, doesn't it? I think since that's enough glue, I'm going to try to add the golden barrel as well. Okay. Now, let's try to glue the top part of the cup to the bottom. I feel like that's going to be a bit tough. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stand it up upside down. And see if that makes it easier. I think one of the reasons why my husband got me this set is also because I've always told him how much I like miniatures. When I was younger, I used to collect them. I had 2 different miniature collections. One was Disney snow globes, but they were miniature snow globes. And then my other collection was this right here. I like how they had the pictures to help you know which pieces you need. And then I'm already a bit familiar with the pieces, but they also have a map for you to double check that you have the right pieces. So for example, right now we need pieces C25 and C26. And if I put this panel right on top of this picture, I see that C25 and C26 are these two right here. They already come a bit pre-cut, so it's quite easy to take them out. Those were actually the last pieces from the C panel. Just in case I won't throw it away, just in case I need a little extra piece of wood for something later. Okay, so we needed C25 and C26, which we got. And then we also need D25. D25 is this one over here. This one looks a bit harder to take out, so I'm going to use this tool. I'm not really sure what this is called. I hope you're all having a relaxing week. My husband and I have been doing a bit of socializing this weekend. We got dinner with some friends on Friday. I'm so happy for them because my friend is expecting her second baby now. And then on Saturday, we went to the movies. Here is our piece. We went to the movies to watch Fantastic Four, the new one. Okay, we have those three pieces, and now we need E12. I think E12 is also the last one from this panel. I'm not super big on superhero movies, but this one was alright. I quite like the Fantastic Four version that came out a few years ago. I think that was with, maybe, what's the name of that actress? Jessica Alba. friends to a Japanese restaurant to have dinner, and then we went back home to one of our friends' apartments to do some at-home karaoke, which was really fun. I'm one of those people that thinks the worse you are at singing, the funner it is to do karaoke, you know? Okay. I think we have all of our materials now for the notice board. So let's start with step number 1, which seems to be gluing this panel on top of these 2 panels. So we have this one. Oh, maybe it's inside of it actually. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's inside of it. Yeah, that one fits inside too. This one fits so tightly I don't think I even need glue for this one. But I'll glue this one in. And then it looks like this small piece goes. I wonder if it's on top of. Actually, let me try it on the other end. Maybe it's a bit longer. Yes, I think. Yep, that's how it goes. There we go. Okay. Now that I've figured it out, let's glue it. You know, this is the actual glue that came with the set. But because it has such a big opening, I think I'm gonna just grab my own personal glue to do this piece. Okay. I brought my own glue. I've had this glue for years now. Like probably a decade. But it still works really well. It has never dried up. And the best part is that it works on so many different materials. I don't like lot during the summer. I don't know if any of you experienced this, but as a teacher, well, I work with people the whole day, and so I'm usually pretty drained at the end of the day. I don't know how some people do things like going out after work, because after work usually I just want to be a couch potato at home. But during the summer, because usually work is light during summer school, then I do have a lot of energy to go out and socialize. Okay, the Sunday sign is there. Now it just looks like we need to full Q14. I can't really tell from the picture if I need to fold on the red lines or the black lines. But it also looks very small for me to get that accurately. I think I'm gonna go with red. I think I'm gonna fold on the red. Maybe if I use my ruler, it can help me fold it more easily. It's so tiny. I can imagine this being the type of pastime that like microsurgeons have, you know, like people that need to be super precise with their hands. Oh no, look how wonky that looks. Let me try to do it a bit better. Okay, I just noticed I may have accidentally paused the video and not unpause it back. I'm so sorry about that. I think the video might look a little choppy now. I was trying my best to fold this paper like the little washboard, and I think they want way more folds than I did, but it seems so hard to do all of the ones they're asking for. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this, even though it doesn't have as many folds as they want. it still looks so cute, even though I didn't fold it as much. And when the glue dries up, we won't be able to see those white little pieces of glue. Okay, let's put the board next to our cup so they can dry together. And let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one is the black long table. That one, I believe, is this one. So we are going to need these two black pieces of plastic. Okay. It looks like first we just have to take out all of the pieces of plastic. Let's see if it's easy to take them out like this. Or let's see if it's easier to just cut them out. Okay, I don't think I need the blade. I am curious what all of you and other people do in their free time. I usually like to do arts and crafts. I have so many half-finished ones lying around. I like doing them. For some reason, I start new ones before I finish old ones. I like reading quite a lot too. I am maybe a little embarrassed to admit, but I'm really into YA, like young adult series and books, even though I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I don't qualify as a young adult anymore. Or maybe I do. Age is just a number. And well, recently, of course, I started recording ASMR videos as a hobby in my free time. And I started recording ASMR videos because I thought it'd be fun. I have so much fun watching them, and I thought I would have fun making them, and it is. I'm having a great time with you. it super seriously. They wear a whoop and they like track their sleep and their recovery time. They get multiple like blood tests every year, like super comprehensive ones that tell them like, I don't know, like 80 different metrics and stuff like that. And don't, I don't necessarily share that same passion with like exercise and working out. Usually my go-to answer whenever people suggest that I exercise or work out is I just say, hey, I already burn enough calories running after the kids at school, you know? I do wish I was into it because, you know, it's good for your health. Oh my goodness, but I really do not feel like I have the energy for it. And I do think I have a pretty like active job. Because I feel like if I, you know, had like a 9 to 5 where I was sitting at a desk the whole day, then maybe I would also, you know, feel like I need to like move my body or exercise after work. But usually my days are really active. Lately, the biggest workout I'm getting at work this summer is every time it rains, the night before or the day before, I personally mop the entire playground at my school so the kids can still go out to play outdoors the next day. We've been getting a lot of rain now in the summer in New York, and I just feel so bad for the kids to be like cooped up the whole day, not being able to play outside, you know. Unfortunately, at my school, the playground doesn't have a good like training system, and so even though it's warm and the warmth helps most of the water evaporate, it's still somehow not enough. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get away with cutting this without having to measure it. And I think it worked. That looks cute. It looks like one of those metal tables that have the same pattern in real life. Okay. So I folded all of the pieces and I cut the mesh. I think I have to glue the corners now. Let me put this back in the bag where I found it because I think there are other pieces that need this black mesh. Okay. Let's put some glue on this. always so loud. It doesn't matter the time of day. It doesn't matter if it's like a weekday or a weekend. It is always so loud. Okay, that should be enough. There we go. So if you're wondering why there are so many cuts in my video, it's because there was probably a loud enough sound that I had to cut it out. Okay, I'm not sure if this is telling me that this little pieces go on the outside or the inside. I think it's telling me they go on the outside, but it seems to me like they'd be more helpful on the inside. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna glue them on the inside. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's so small. You know, growing up, my mom and my dad were divorced. I always lived with my mom, and she lived in the city. But my dad, he always lived kind of like in the countryside. And whenever I used to go visit him, it would feel like we were in the middle of like the forest. Now that I'm older, I think of his place as relaxing. But back then when I was little, I was actually so afraid of it. Because I thought, where's the people? Where's everyone else? My bedroom window was just had like a direct view to like some woods, and for some reason I was always scared of it. But now it just seems so relaxing. Though I will be honest with you and say I am a city girl, like through and through. I like the hustle and bustle of the city. I like that you don't have to drive to get around. I like that you can always find all types of entertainment super close to you. You know, you wanna go bowling, mini golf, a Broadway show, a coffee shop, everything is within like a 15-20 minute radius. I know a lot of people, they live outside the city, whether because they like being a bit away from the city, or just because it's cheaper. But I think I could never survive the commutes. I have colleagues and friends whose commutes are like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours during rush hour. And that's so sad, isn't it? As a society, we have designed lifestyles in which we're basically giving away or like 2 or 3 or 4 hours of our daily lives to a commute. Okay, I think for this one I'm gonna do the same as I did for the cup, and I'm gonna let it dry upside down. Okay, those are 3 pieces so far. And we are on to our last one. Okay, so the last one is this half table. Let's look at the materials. So we're gonna need the champagne wire again. That was from bag number 4. And it looks like we're going to need this gray wood piece. Oh, I think it's here. Yep. This looks like the one. And let's see what else. It says we're also going to need the yellow heat shrink tube. But you know what? That one I really don't like using. I use that one for I'll show you which piece. I used it for this one because you needed to use it to tie all of these things. And honestly, it's so hard to use. I think you're supposed to use like a lighter or any sort of fire just so that the heat shrinks the tube. But I don't really like using fire because I'm very bad at handling it. And I burned myself a little bit when I was doing that other one, so I'm afraid of burning myself again. So I think maybe I'll use glue or something else to hold the little wires together. Okay, so they're telling me that I need 3 pieces of wire, and they should be, it says 65, which I'm assuming that's in millimeters. I think most of the measurements here are in millimeters. So that's 6.5 centimeters. Okay. Where's my ruler? Six and a half. Okay. Maybe actually I'll cut them a bit longer, and maybe the way I'll tie them up is I'll just twist them up together. That seems like a good idea in my head. I wish the wire was a bit straighter, a bit more straight. so sorry, F. In some moments the camera's out of focus. It's quite hard to get into the habit of looking at the camera. Okay, I think I found the closest tool I have to the one they used to twist this. So let's see if it works. Oh, the wires are coming undone. I wonder if maybe I should twist it one more time. Okay, that seems locked in enough. Okay, let's try again. So I'm gonna separate the legs and then I'll try to fold the edges. Okay, what do you think? That looks pretty good to me. I closed it up because I think they want it closed. That looks really cute actually. Okay, let's try doing the next one. Okay, and close it up. There we go. 2 out of 3. Last one. Okay, there we go. Well, now we just have to glue the parts on the top. Okay, I'm going to hold it still